Christians are being persecuted in society today due to a multitude of factors, including the rise of secularism, increasing intolerance towards biblical values, and a widespread misconception that Christianity is an oppressive and outdated institution. This persecution can take many forms, from verbal ridicule and social exclusion to physical violence and economic marginalization. One of the primary reasons for Christian persecution is the growing prevalence of secularism in modern society. As governments and institutions become more secular, they often view Christianity as a threat to their authority and values. This is because Christianity teaches that there is a higher power than the state, and that individuals have inherent dignity and worth that cannot be taken away by any earthly authority. As a result, Christians are often seen as being at odds with the secular worldview and are therefore subject to ridicule, mockery, and persecution. Another factor contributing to Christian persecution is the increasing intolerance towards biblical values. In recent years, there has been a growing trend towards promoting values such as LGBTQ+ rights, abortion, and feminism, which are often seen as being in conflict with Christian teachings. As a result, Christians who hold to traditional biblical values are often labeled as bigots, homophobes, and misogynists, and are subject to social exclusion and ridicule. This intolerance is often perpetuated by the media, which frequently portrays Christians as being intolerant and hateful, rather than as people who are simply trying to live out their faith in a way that is consistent with their vows. The misconception that Christianity is an oppressive and outdated institution is also a significant factor in Christian persecution. Many people view Christianity as being opposed to science, reason, and progress, and see it as a relic of a bygone era. This misconception is often perpetuated by the media and by secular educators, who frequently portray Christianity as being opposed to intellectual freedom and critical thinking. As a result, Christians are often seen as being anti-intellectual and close-minded, and are subject to ridicule and persecution. In addition to these factors, Christians are also persecuted due to their refusal to conform to societal norms and expectations. In a society that values autonomy and self-expression above all else, Christians are often seen as being out of step with the times. Their commitment to traditional values such as modesty, chastity, and humility is often viewed as being quaint and outdated, and they are frequently pressured to conform to the prevailing cultural norms. When they refuse to do so, they are often subject to persecution and ridicule. The persecution of Christians also has significant economic and social implications. In many countries, Christians are denied access to education and employment opportunities due to their faith. They are also often subject to economic marginalization and are denied access to basic necessities such as food, water, and shelter. In some cases, Christians are even forced to flee their homes and communities due to persecution and are left to live in refugee camps or other forms of temporary accommodation. Despite these challenges, Christians continue to be a source of hope and inspiration in a world that is increasingly secular and fragmented. Through their commitment to their faith, Christians are able to provide a sense of community and belonging to those who are often marginalized and excluded. They are also able to provide a moral framework for living, which emphasizes the importance of values such as compassion, forgiveness, and love. As such, Christians will continue to be a vital part of society, even in the face of persecution and ridicule. In conclusion, the persecution of Christians in society today is a complex and multifaceted issue, driven by a range of factors including secularism, intolerance towards biblical values, and the misconception that Christianity is an oppressive and outdated institution. Despite these challenges, Christians remain a source of hope and inspiration and will continue to be a vital part of society for generations to come. It is therefore essential that we recognize the importance of religious freedom and work to create a society that is tolerant and inclusive of all people, regardless of their faith or background.